All right, taking on Happy-Go-Lucky. We'll open 1-5. Against an 8. I'm willing to stick around to see if that's truly 8 and 8. I mean, if that really is, and so be it. But otherwise, I win the round because the non-flexing hand always beats a flexing hand. I'll go bet a 3. Let's go big with it. Okay, bet a 3. Let's see what we got. 8 and 8. Well, that was the goods. 3 points of damage delivered. 25-22. Happy-Go-Lucky with an early lead. Power meter 2 for Lucky. My power meter stays at 1. 3 cards apiece. 4-5. I'll save the 8. I may fold here. Let's see what I'm up against. A lot of it's going to depend on what that setup card is there for Happy-Go-Lucky. Against a 1, so I would at least tie the round if it's 1-8. Anything else I'd win. I go bet a 1. I want to reset the power meter, prevent Happy from folding. Bet a 3 by Happy, so I'm going to reset the power meter for Happy. What's a tie? Okay, well, I was right that I will reset the power meter, but maybe a little bit too smug there. As far as I'm going to be taking 3 more points of damage than I'm dishing out, but it will reset the power meters for both of us. Going to round number 3. 3 cards apiece, 22-16, Happy-Go-Lucky in the lead. $3-8. Against a 1, so I've got the round for sure. Let's go bet a 3. It's a fold by Happy-Go-Lucky, who will be at 4 cards for the next round. I'll deliver 1 point of damage with a slap. Winning with a 3 is important since that's that extra 2-point bonus. My power meter gets boosted from a 1 to a 4 for round number 4. 4 cards for Happy-Go-Lucky, 3 cards for me. We'll play a 4-5. Potential fold. Got a power meter to protect. And that might be a flex, but I'm not going to push it. So I'll fold. Bet a 3 by Happy-Go-Lucky with an 8 showing. 8 and 8. Best pair you can have in blockchain brawlers, but it's only 1 point of damage delivered. Power meter moves to 2 for Happy-Go-Lucky for round 5. My power meter is protected at 4 by the fold. And now I can come in here. Maybe I can flex with 7-3. Let's see what I'm up against here. Against a 4, it's a potential fold. I hope so. Go bet a 3, go big. Hope that Happy folds. It's a fold. So that's going to be 8 points of damage going Happy's way. Now take a 15-13 lead with a Cyclone Punch by the Caliente Chroma swagged Luchador version of Scotty taking on unswagged Mike. Round 6. 7-7. Against a 6, it would be a push at worst. Let's go bet a 2. If I get called here at worst, it's a push and I win the match. Fold by Happy. 7 points of damage going Happy's way. My power meter moves to 8. Happy by folding beat a 6 cards, but I lead 15-6. So I've got a higher power meter than Happy does. Remaining health points. An advantageous spot, but I'm not out of the woods yet. Just a power meter of 2, though, for Happy. I lead 15-6. Round 7. 6 cards for Happy. This would be a good time to throw out a 2-5 to fold. Against an 8, and that could very well be 8 and 8. Even if it's not, I'm going to fold. I'll be at 5 cards for the next round. If I get something decent to pair with that 7, I'll probably go with it. Let's see. Bet a 3 by Happy. 8-1 flex. That's 4 points of damage delivered. My lead is cut to 11-6. Power meter moves to 5 for Happy. But even if it's a flex in the next round for Happy and I fold, I'd still have 1 health point left. 6-7. Against a 7. Bet a 1. Bet a 3 by Happy. So if I'm wrong, that's the match. I'm saying this is a flex here. Desperation move by Happy. Let's see. Bet a 3. For the match. 7-3 flex and I win. And that's the match. Good game, happy. Good evening, everyone. We are live. NashvilleLou Worldwide is on the air. This is episode number 8 of NashvilleLou Worldwide. Still struggle to find that balance for fading down the music for the start of the show. So let's get to the good stuff, shall we? I appreciate everybody checking this out tonight. I broadcast on a 90-second delay. I'm playing the game Blockchain Brawlers. I absolutely love this game. It is so much fun. And with that in mind, there's a tournament coming up. The BEST, the best. It's a tournament series that Blockchain Brawlers had the first event of last month. Really enjoyed that. Top-notch competition. This upcoming tournament, Brawler passes are now available. It's coming up 1 week from Sunday. And now I can unveil it. There on the left is the tournament card back. You see there the gray silver metallic look. And then the Blockchain Brawlers logo right there. I'm trying to get my mouse out of the way. Or actually, it's not even on that part of the screen. It's kind of weird. I've got two computers with two mice running around. But here you got that. I think it's a nice contrast. The dark of the silver right there. The gray and then the fire. Like you're peeking inside of a furnace. That's what the tournament NFT It's a non-transferable thing, but it's a nice look. They put some effort into it. And there are all sorts of prizes, especially for the top 32. So you got the t-shirts up there. Got coasters. Even a pen. There's a lot more to it than just that. But I want to give everybody a chance to look at that card. Back I'd promoted, I'd had that off the top of the show, and I did sneak peek it to the folks in Discord. Also, I've got a giveaway going on. NashvilleLou.com/contest will take you there. It is a bouncy block giveaway. Now, to play blockchain brawlers, you need a Wax Cloud wallet or a Wax Anchor wallet. If you've got one, it's very easy to sign up. Top prize is a Berry Greenhorn Brawler. You see those characters that I use in the matches that I have here? Well, you have to have a berry to use one. So this is an opportunity for somebody to win it. It's an uncommon. Series 1 Berry Greenhorn Brawler. Second place gets a rare number 2 card of Berry. Third place, an uncommon number 3. And then 4 through 8 will get commons. And then, of course, other prizes and gifts to go along with that. So, with that out of the way, So I did have the one win that I use as the re-roll for this broadcast. I had to make sure my microphone was muted there. That first one that Fat Boys lost, that was like a schmoz finish. Like the game locked up on me. I'm not happy about that. I mean, I could take a loss as a loss, so be it. But when it locks up, especially I had the lead, and then I was on tilt for that next one. But excuses, Pickney, get it together. This game is tremendous fun. So the very latest on the leaderboard, I'm still in the 1000s as far as MMR goes, although I'm right on the precipice. This is a relatively recent reset of the MMR board. You'll notice there's not just a ton of people above 800, which is like the median level, the get-in level. But hey, we've got that tournament coming up 1 week from Sunday. People can prove their ring ability, as it were. Tops as far as total wins, but that just means I've played a lot, really. The XP, sometimes it shows me up here at my correct level or close to it, and then sometimes says like 20,000 less. I don't even know what that really means. Again, I think it's a lot like wins, where it just means I've played a lot. And then win rate. Again, I hope at some point we'll have a win percentage that is also tied to a minimum number of matches to appear here. I think anything above 60% is going to be seen as good. After those losses earlier, dropped down to 60.2, but near that line. There are a lot of talented players that play this game. And look, on its face, it's relatively simple. You start with it's a shared deck of 32, essentially. Numbers 1 through 8 for each of them. Your cards look one way, your opponent's cards look the other, but essentially it's the same shared deck. You start with 3 cards each. You choose your setup card, your slam for the first round, and then it's off from there. If you went around with a 1 or a 3 played, you get a 2-point boost to your power meter. That's very important. Your power meter in blockchain brawlers is what dishes out the damage. Once you lose health points, there's no way to get them back. Fun episode of AEW Dynamite tonight. Not surprisingly, a really good main event. Darby Allin against Kushida from New Japan Pro Wrestling. I'd love to see Darby Allin against Hiromu Takahashi someday. He's the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Maybe someday. Maybe at the next Forbidden Door pay-per-view. All right, so 90 seconds and done. We'll go back into the queue, room 2. How do you get to a minute 31? It kicks you out at 90. It's like the people that linger around at the end of closing time at a bar. Wait for the go-away lights to go on. That was something I enjoyed as a spectator sport of sorts. Roughly 20 some odd years ago, back in Ybor City in Tampa, Florida. The bars there closed on the weekends at 3 a.m. And it was just chaos in the streets on 7th Avenue on a weekly basis. That was just such a crazy time for me. I can't believe some of the stuff happened that did happen. But that's the fun of being in your 20s and having some latitude. I'm grateful for having that opportunity. But normally I wasn't there to try and be part of any sort of fights or chicanery. I was there just to watch, because it would just be this zaniness. Now that's also a good way to catch a bullet. I understand that, but you can't be afraid of things. But there is being smart about it too. I made sure that I wasn't in areas where there weren't any sort of police presence going on. I didn't want, because eventually the mob turns on you no matter what. I'll put the word out. People know after AEW Dynamites, when I go on Twitch, I go live, I'm looking to play people in blockchain brawlers. I've got MMR up high. People wanting to climb the board. They've got that tournament coming up a week from Sunday. You want to get that higher seed? Well, come beat me for some MMR. And to be clear, MMR is just the ranking system. It's not sort of a stakes per se. It's a good way to show who's got the goods and who doesn't. And of course, you have to remember that you can't win every match you play in blockchain brawlers. It's just not feasible. And once you realize that, you can't get too upset about losing, and you try to remember the times you're catching a bunch of 6s and 7s and 8s, and when you're pulling off a 6-3 flex or a 7-1 or whatever your flex is. Are you monsters that flex with 2s and 4s? I say that, and I've won plenty of matches flexing with non-3s and 1s. That's usually going for the win. But every now and then I do switch it up. This is the last part right here, is getting people in this room ready to play in room 2. Once we get that, this game's going to take off. This is the hold-up point, because you had that just one more factor. But if you're sitting in these 90-second queues to nowhere, it's just like, come on. But that's just me being impatient, knowing the reality of the process is onboarding when it comes to this is a bit challenging, and until that's ready, it's got to be patient. But the game itself is solid. It really speaks volumes about how great this game is, that we've had how many months now of like this holding pattern of waiting for stuff to finally be ready that we don't see on the player end. Stuff I'm sure on the developer end, 1,001 details that, because this is more than just a game. This is like an entire, like I've compared it to like a resort being built. You stay within those resort walls, you're okay. And I think that's what they're going for here. That's what I would suggest they go for here. So, I mean, onboarding, that really is the last, because once the onboarding's fast enough, we'll have, especially in prime hours. And look, if it's 3 in the morning, it's not like I don't reset my schedule all the time anyway to watch important pro wrestling shows from, oops, I hit the mute button there, from Japan. So happy-go-lucky, a local pro, my first competitor here tonight, NashvilleLou Worldwide Episode 8. We're live on Twitch. And that's the unswagged Mike Yellerbelly. I'm using the El Luchador swagged version of Colt. We'll open 1-6. Against an 8. I mean, if that's a pair of 8s, I'm willing to press the issue here, because if that's not 8-8, I win the round, because that would be a flex, and a non-flexing hand always beats a flexing hand. Flexing your first card higher than your second card, bet a 3 by happy-go-lucky. 8-8, okay, well that's legit. 3 points of damage delivered. Power meter moves to 2 for happy-go-lucky, 25-22, round 2. Play a 2-4 here. Against a 7. Well, that very well could be a flex. I'm going to fold. That's a bet of 3 by Happy Go Lucky. 7 showing power meter of 2. 7-3 flex, there it is. So it's 4 points of damage delivered. It's a big boost to the power meters from 2 to 5. Round 3, I'm down 25-18. 6-8. Remember, 8 is the highest number you can have on a card in Blockchain Brawlers. Against a 3, I anticipate a fold. Bet a 1. There's the fold from Happy Go Lucky, who'll be at 4 cards for the next round. I'll deliver just the 1 point of damage. And I still trail. It's 24-18. Happy Go Lucky in the lead. Now 4 cards apiece for round 4. Power meter of 5 intact for Happy Go Lucky. I've got a 6-8 I can play here. I'm hoping that Happy Go Lucky is going to see this as a flex, unless it's a 7 or an 8 here. There's a 7. Now, if that's 7-8, that would beat 6-8. 7-7 would push, but that's still a lot more damage coming my way than otherwise. So, not ideal, but we'll go with a bet of 1 here. Bet of 3. I'll be down to 3 health points. That's a tough one, but I'm going to challenge it. Bet of 3. And that's where that 2-4 sitting there is just not good. Let's see what we got. 7-7, so it is a push, but I'm still going to have a sizable deficit. I'll be down 18-3, so I'm really up against it. Our power meters are going to reset, so power meter of 1 for each of us, but it's a perilous and precarious spot for me here going into round 5. You see right there, there's 15 points of damage coming in. So sometimes in Blockchain Brawlers, you'll have a tie, but the tie doesn't mean equal damage. The power meter determines the damage dealt out. So I knew the risk, I went in, and that's what happened there. So we go to round 5, 18-3. I have nothing to use a flex here, so I'll go 5-8. Against the 3, and you don't have to have a 1 or a 3 to flex, to be clear, but I'm not going to make that kind of a move here. Just a bet of 1. Just try and stem the tide. There's a fold by Happy Go Lucky. That's kind of what this match has felt thus far. 17-3. My power meter moves to 2. 5 cards now for Happy Go Lucky going to round number 6. I'm going to fold at some point. I'm going to fold here, the 2-4. So at worst, if it's a flex, it'd be 2 points of damage coming my way. Now it's a 3, but that really doesn't matter at this point that much because my health points are so low, so I'm going to fold. That'll put me at 5 cards for the next round. Bet of 3 by Happy Go Lucky. 3-8. So it's just the 1 point of damage. Power meter's going to move to 4, but again, I was already up against it, so that's not exactly breaking news. Round 7. 5 cards apiece. Power meter of 4 for Happy, power meter of 2 for me. Let's go 7-8 and hope I get pressed here. Against a 1. Bet of 3. It's a bet of 1 by Happy Go Lucky. You can either call my bet of 3 or fold. It's a call, so I'm going to deliver 6 points of damage and reset the power meter for Happy Go Lucky. So it's now 11-2. My power meter moves to 3. Power meter gets reset for Happy Go Lucky. So if I happen to fold in this next round, unless it's a flex, I would advance to the next round and still be alive in the match. Seven 3 flex. Against a 3. Bet a 3, let's go big. It's a fold, all right. It's going to be 6 points of damage going that way. Cut now to a 5-2 score. My power meter is going to get boosted up to a 6. Five to 2, Happy Go Lucky with the lead going to round 9. 7-8, my goodness. I can win it right here unless it's 8-8. I'm going to win. Against a 5, I'm going to win the match right here. Wow. Big rally. So 5-3 flex from Happy. loses to the 7-8. That's going to be the match. The Doomsday Pile Driver by the OG, the original luchador version of Colt on the unswagged mic. Took a big rally to pull it off, but that's a perfect case in point. As long as you have at least one health point left in Blockchain Brawlers, you have a chance. You saw how big that deficit was for me there. I managed to rally all the way back to get the win. Wow. Nice way to start things off here on a Wednesday late night Nashville time. Not really late night. I guess late night's relative to your personal schedule. Starting to get late night for the U.S. East Coast and so on and so forth. So this game's just going to, at this point, connect back with the Blockchain Brawlers. Obviously, a server, whatever it is, gets everything synced up and then ready to go. And we'll head back to room 2, look for some more competition. MMR mode, NashvilleLou Worldwide, episode 8. And I agree, Ironside, what you said about mobile, making this 1,000 times easier to find opponents. And that's as well something in the works. And I can imagine even more complexity involved with mobile, just having to deal with Apple. That full stop, let alone Google. So I see all that, and in chat I type agreed. Because sometimes it's easier to say more and type less when it comes to this format. I can show the card backs. Actually, I'll switch over to, let's see. Ooh, the super kick. So I have these two card backs from prior tournaments that I competed in. And then I purchased this Tyranno Studios. Like, there's like a base Tyranno card back I've seen in plenty of matches that's different than this. So this is not like this generic filler one. This is actually like, I had a purple border, and purple's my brand color. As I've noted before, because of my high school and college both having purple as their primary school color. Father Ryan High School and the University of Evansville. And I just dig this card back here, the diamonds. I like the name is visible. Like right here, I've got the two with the Blockchain Brawlers logo. They've got a great logo. So this is not a dig on it. It's just, if you want something that's different, well, that's different. So we're going to go with the diamonds. As far as the Brawler, if there's anybody in particular y'all want to see, let me know. And if I have that person available, we'll do that. we'll stick with the luchador theme. Saw a great match tonight on AEW Dynamite with Bandito. The luchador against Bryan Danielson. All right. So we'll use, as you can tell here, I've used this particular version of Johnny a lot. This original luchador version with the blue. Room 2, NashvilleLou Worldwide. While I wait, I can plug my contest again. NashvilleLou.com/contest will take you there. And it's a bounty block, so you'll need a wax wallet. You need a wax wallet to play this game anyway. So if you've got that, you want to get some cool stuff for Blockchain Brawlers, I got your hookup. You can get, it's weighted as far as the entries go. And I weighted heavily for people that have the Brawlerverse collectible given away by Blockchain Brawlers for watching 2 hours of live streaming here on Twitch. It's non-transferable, so you have to actually earn it, which I think is great. This is the sort of thing I envisioned 2 years ago when I first learned about Wax and how that chain was unique and the positive things about it that drew me to that. The things that repelled me from OpenSea and I do have some stuff on the Ethereum side, but this to me is a lot more user-friendly. But when this game is ready to go and really ready to go, I won't have to mention these things very much. I can make things make sense to people, but certain topics can be a tougher sell than others. But what's not a hard sell is a fun game. I'm still trying to find a match here. It's not like I'm hiding a match from you. And I broadcast on a 90-second delay, and I'm not sure what the eventual standard will be for that. But what I need is going to be different than what other people need in some ways because of my broadcasting style, because I'm a sports broadcaster. Because I try to make things make sense to people. That's the goal. Doesn't always work, but that's the idea. Just like when I was a television news producer. How do you take a complex issue, involve the newsworthy elements of it, and fit it into 20 seconds of read time? I mean, oh my goodness. I could tell you some stories. Suffice to say, there are things that I found dissatisfying about the television news business. But there are things I loved about it too. Great people. I worked with some great people. But I don't know, you spend enough years working overnight shifts and it kind of messes with your internal clock. I've always been a bit of a night owl, going back to my college days, but I mean, for me, the opportunities came in the late 1990s when morning newscasts became a major focus for television companies in the United States. And so these stations that were doing like a 1 hour, like borderline throwaway newscast or 90-minute newscast that were just, okay, like fine, we've got something. They actually put some effort into it. And that meant opportunities if you were willing to make the sacrifices and commit to those. Because you work in the third shift, you're not getting many of the luxuries. You show up and your shift starts at 11 p.m. You get the big dinner for everybody in the lunchroom. I mean, that thing's going to be just... I mean, if you know anything about people in the news business... I mean, it was comical. I mean, I never went in expecting anything. And I've told the kids that I've worked with doing high school broadcasts the same thing. Look, you go to a stadium, if they offer you something, be grateful. Make clear how grateful you are for their generosity. And it's great if they've got it, but never expect it. Go in expecting to get nothing at all. And as long as you do that, you're going to be okay. Okay, Iron State is asking about the Barry Wrestling royalty. Will do. Well, while we have some time here, hope at some point we'll have some competition show up in a room too. I'll get that going again. There's another look. This is the first look at the card back that's being given out for participants in the upcoming Best event 1 week from Sunday. Blockchain Brawlers tournament games are really fun. They can get intense. That match I had with Butte, I lost. And because I lost, Butte ended up getting one of the 10 Scotty Wax fan Brawlers. Very few of those available. That was high stakes, but it was against a great opponent, and I didn't feel bad about losing. I lost to a great opponent. I gave my best. Like, where I get mad is when, like, there's some sort of a hardware malfunction or some sort of non-finish happens. That sort of thing might set me off, but this game is so good that, like I said before, I think it's a testament to an excellent game when you can lose and still have enjoyed playing. And you want to win, of course, but when the fun factor is that high, it really means something. Okay, so I posted a note in the PvP matchmaking grandstand channel of the Blockchain Brawlers Discord. I hate having to keep going back to room 2 like this. But that's just part of it. All right, stand by. This is NashvilleLou Worldwide, episode number 8. Every Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Go live on Twitch, playing Blockchain Brawlers. And this game is so much fun. And while we're waiting for somebody to match up, we'll go back and show the card back. There's the first look. And sorry I didn't get a chance to really pretty it up too much, but the last moment was told that I could debut this here, and I gratefully and gladly accepted. And so there it is on the left. So that's everybody that enters this upcoming best event, this tournament event, will get that. You see in the middle there the tournament pass. You can get that within the game itself. It's set up to do that. Very easy process. And you can see some of the prizes there on that right side. You got the t-shirts. If I'm lucky enough to finish high enough to be t-shirt worthy, I'm going to go for the design there with that small logo in the top left corner. I tend to like that on shirts better, especially if there's a big logo on the back. All right, enough of the fashion show. Let's get to the action. It's Yee. Yee using the unswagged Johnny against the El Luchador version of Johnny. Battle of the Butterfingers, round 1. 1-6. Against a 7. You know I'm going to press it here. Bet a 3. So I'm saying that this second card is lower than a 7, meaning that would be a flex, because a non-flexing hand always beats a flexing hand. Nope, that's legit. 7-8. Almost as good as it gets in Blockchain Brawlers. It's 3 points of damage delivered by Yee. 25-22. Round 2. 3 cards apiece. So I took that chance knowing if I were to be able to pull off the win in the round, I'd get an extra 2-point boost to my power meter for winning with a 1 plate. That was my motivation there. Round 2. 4-5. I guess like a 1 or a 2 maybe against a 5. No way. Fold out. So I'll be at 4 cards for the next round. Bet a 3 by Yee. 5 showing power meter a 2. Is this a flex? It is a flex. 4 points of damage. 25-18. Power meter goes from 2 to 5 for Yee. Round 3. I'm down by 7. But I'm at 4 cards here for round number 3 and a 7 to work with. I think that Yee would actually call me here if I went... Let's go 6-8. I think if I flex here, it gets called. I don't know. I guess still 1, maybe. Bet a 1. Let's find out. No, it's a fold. So much for that idea. So it's just 1 point of damage with the 6. I really should have gone 6-3 there. But then again, I wouldn't have said that if I would have been called, now would I? And that's part of the challenge with Blockchain Brawlers. Trying to think what your opponent might do. Round 4. 24-18 I'm down. Power meter of 5 right there. Six-3 flex. Against a 7, I'll fold. So I'll be at 5 cards for the next round. At least 5 points of damage coming to me. If that's a flex, it's 10 points of damage. So bet a 3 by Yee. 7-8. Well, I'm glad I got out of the way of that one. 5 points of damage. Yee's lead expands. 24-13 with a power meter of 6 for the next round. My power meter stays at 2. It's protected by the fold. And when you fold in Blockchain Brawlers, you get an extra card in your hand for the next round. Up to 6 in total. Once you get to 6, at that point if you fold, you have the option to discard. Round 5, down 24-13. Let's go strong. Got anything to flex with that would be that power meter boost like a 1 or a 3. So absent that, let's just go strong 7-8 against a 3. Let's see with Yee. We're going to go in. Let's bet a 1 or fold. You're going to fold, and it's a fold. So Yee folds, protects the power meter of 6. I'll deliver 2 points of damage. But I'm not in a good spot. 22-13, I'm down. That power meter of 6 looming over there. 5 cards now for Yee. I just played a 7-8. I've got a bunch of 2s and 4s over here. So let's go. The problem is, here I'm lined up for a 6 and a 7. So Yee didn't have to flex anymore. Just win 2 more rounds without me busting them. And that'll be the win. 4-6, fine. I'm going to fold. Ugh. Bet a 3. 6-8. See what I'm talking about right there? I'm at 7 health points, and the power meter moves to 7 for Yi. And so Yi might fish for a turn or two looking for like 8-8 or 7-8 or something like that to go for that knockout shot. And I'm in a spot here where I can't fold and be okay, because if I fold and Yi doesn't, no matter what else, that's the match. I've got to do this now. It's 8-1. Desperation time. Against a 3. Bet a 3. Fold by Yi, who'll be at 6 cards for the next round. 6 points of damage dealt. My power meter is going to move to 6. So on a bet of 3, I already get called in this next round. I could win it here, but not with this nonsense of 2s and 4s. But let's see. Well, and I can't win it with a flex. Like if it's 6-3 or whatever, they fold, I would send 14 points of damage that way, or 12 points. They still have 4 health points left. 6-4. I mean, I gotta do something. Against a 6, bet a 3. Bet a 1 by Yi. You can either call my bet a 3 or fold. There's the call. 6-7, that's the match. All right, good game, Yi. NashvilleLou Worldwide. Episode 8. Playing Blockchain Brawlers. Live on Twitch. BCBrawlers.com is the website. Play.bcbrawlers.com in particular. Get you zipped right on in. And of course, I've got that bounty block giveaway going on right now. If you've got a Wax wallet, you can get in on it. If you follow me on Twitch, that's a bunch of entries right there. All you got to do is just get in on it. It's very easy to do if you have a Wax wallet. Let's go back to room 2. Actually, I was going to switch up to the Rassin Royalty version of Colt. It's Ironside asked me for that. So there's... Oh, we went Barry, not Colt. Excuse me. There we go. And again, notice how it looks different when you toggle back. I'm down to an even 1,000 right now in the MMR. But again, NashvilleLou.com/contest. You've got a Wax wallet. Got a chance to win your own Barry Brawler, courtesy of NashvilleLou Live. And yes, I'm my own presenting sponsor on this. But it's a cross promotion. NashvilleLou Worldwide is the show I do on Wednesday nights right after AEW Dynamite. And I brand everything else that I do live-wise with Blockchain Brawlers as just strictly NashvilleLou Live. Whoa. And again, a reminder, that next best event, that Brawler Pass, now available for the next tournament for Blockchain Brawlers. There's that first look we had from earlier. That nice new card back that tournament participants will receive. This one, that metallic silver gray, which provides a nice contrast with the fire and flames like you're peeking inside of a furnace. There's the tournament pass there in the middle. Prizes include shirts, coasters, pins. That's like in real life stuff, not just artist renderings, but the real thing. gold and green. It can be kind of a tough combination sometimes to pull off, but I think it works well with this particular iteration of Barry. I think the black offsets it well. Like, if they overdid it with the green, it'd probably be too much. But, I mean, the cape and the tights part, I guess, well, as I gesture towards the midsection, say tights part. The part that's green, it's not like he's got, like, green boots to go with it. I think it works well. Blockchain Brawlers is the game from Tyranno Studios, this card strategy game. Thank everyone who's checking this out tonight, whether it's live here on Twitch or later on video on demand here or elsewhere, whoever here may be. Where's the competition? Come on, where's the equivalent of the Blockchain Brawlers, Young Lions? Or AW Dark. Get some enhancement talent in here. Of course, the problem is the enhancement talent's going to sometimes win if you do that with this game. But that's part of the fun. NashvilleLou.com/contest. I'm not doing that giveaway. It runs through Sunday. And to sign up is very easy. If you've got a Wax wallet, it is very easy to sign up for it. First prize, a package that includes the Series 1 Uncommon Barry Brawler, which is whoever wins it, if they decide to put some swag on it, any number of new looks, including one to win it and then use the Wrestling Royalty swag, have a Barry with a crown like I do. And that was part of my idea. It's a relatively low mint number. It's like 39.79 or whatever it is. And I put the mint numbers on there not as any sort of a flex or whatever, just because I want people to see the exact. One thing with Bounty Block, and it's probably something I'm doing wrong, but they don't make it easy to figure this stuff out. I try. But as far as the actual prize is the list, okay, this exact particular one is the one I'm giving away. To make it clear, so there's not any ambiguity. And so it's not like it's fun like if it was like a low mint or whatever, but I think the idea with this is to find newer players that might not have many that are swagged, and here's the perfect opportunity, because you can still use the regular version in the game, swagged or not. If you swag them, this opens up another look you can have. I mean, do I have to start booking my own opponents? I'm going to have to do something, because this is not going to make for compelling broadcasting. Sitting here in these 90-second queues, I can deal with a lot of stuff, but I don't want to feel like I'm wasting somebody else's time, and you're starting to border on that with this, and this is frustrating to me. I'm going to go an hour with the broadcast. I do that regardless, but I mean, look, if people aren't looking to play right now, we'll play another day. I'm not going to play Exhibition Bot. I mean, I can't conjure opponents up out of thin air, and so that's what we're looking at right here. But again, I mentioned the upcoming tournament 1 week from Sunday. Won't be looking for people having a hard time finding opponents for that. We're going to have what I anticipate will be a solid field, some strong competition if past history is any indication. And of course, first look tonight with that on the left side there, you see that card back. Part of what participants of the upcoming tournament will receive as part of their prize packs. For the top 3 finishers is a custom card back with the name written on there. You've probably noticed that if you've seen any of my past broadcasts, a lot of the people I play against have some of these card backs they've won because of high finishes in tournaments. I was a semi-finalist in the very first tournament, but I don't have a card back, so that's something I would love to get, and so I'm going to certainly give it my level best 1 week from Sunday for the tournament. I mean, I'm really in room 2, right? I'm not like in some sort of a holding cell. I mean, I don't know what to do here. I'm just sitting here. I mean, seriously, what's going on here? This is ridiculous. Ugh.
Here we go.
Like, is this a pro wrestling rib going on right now or something? I find it hard to believe in the middle of prime time in the United States that I'm doing the 90-second spins over and over again and nobody. And this is the one that I advertise. This is the one I say, if you're going to do anything involving one of my broadcasts, please do it with this one. It'd be like playing the game Civilization. You have to wait for somebody else to log on for your turn to come back around. That one more game, one more match, one more turn factor would plummet. And I suppose it's a bit of a catch-22 in that the best way to promote this game is going to be through live streaming. I firmly believe that. Because once you get it where there's one match after another, if I sound frustrated, because that is so much fun, and this is the antithesis, it's the opposite of that, antithesis.
Invincible.
All right, well, sitting at 1,000 right now. See, 800 is the even line as far as like the entry level. So there are a lot of players that haven't played in the last however long since they've reset it, who are going to need to play for seeding purposes for the upcoming tournament.
Say I'm good-hearted, but I'm just getting started. Got my eyes on the target. No. Till the battle's won, till kingdom come. I'll never run. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me. They'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me. They'll be calling me royalty. They say I'm dangerous 'cause I broke all the cages. No, I won't sit and take it. No.
This is very unusual. I've not experienced this on a Wednesday night. This is 8 weeks now. Maybe I just did a poor job of promoting it, but I actually think I did more than I usually do. But, I mean, I could have 100,000 people watch me right now, but if nobody's here to play, that's not helpful. An exhibition bot, I'm not going to do that. That's just... Because that's what you play to demo. That's what you play to learn the game. It's not even a demo. It's you play to learn the game. It's a poor demo. I'd be better off playing videos from 3 months ago on a loop. I do like what I've had the past couple of weeks as far as some video that's first run that hasn't been broadcast before. That's gives me at least some sort of a ramp up to the actual live show. But the difference is when I'm doing live to tape and things go badly, you never see it. I can't. That's the part of me that never wants to let go as the producer is invulnerable in this one spot, and I hate it for that. I hate it because that plays my weakness. Ugh. Because it frustrates me. I mean, say, sit down and shut up and just wait for somebody to show up. That's... I would much rather, if I'm working a job, I would much rather be very busy than very not busy, but having to just stand there. The very end of the year that I worked at Opryland in 1994, they had a thing where if you stayed on through the end of the park's season, that you got an extra $1 per hour boost, which was huge, making minimum wage, working as a carny there over by the Wabash Cannonball. Back to room 2, looking for some competition, please. Please, don't make me beg. Let me have some dignity here. I'm the voice of this game. Come on. But it was rough there in those where it would be like a weeknight. And, I drive over after school and homework or whatever else. I hated not having free time. I liked a lot of things about high school. I hated not having much free time at all. I felt like my team, it was like anytime I didn't have a lot, it should have been spent for studying. The way it felt, it was like, eh. Anyway, so it'd be like kind of getting cold, so slightly uncomfortable, and not quite so much you complain about it, but there's just nobody there at the park. You're just standing there. You got another 45 minutes. And if I didn't think to have a watch that day, it wasn't like I had cell phones in that era, and I'm sure they would have disallowed them anyway. That was interesting working there. I learned a lot in the summer of 1994. I learned a lot in the summer of 1994. But all about dealing with people, things that I do and don't like from a job standpoint. Met some great people. I always wonder what happened to Robin from Rochester. Girl that was down here for that summer. Fun memories. NashvilleLou live. It's only memories. It's, history talk here. I'll give you the unabridged version of Lou Pickney's life. But first, let's go for the 1,000th time through room 2. Looking for some competition. Did I run off everybody? Is the territory cleared out? People headed for the hills. They couldn't take it. Say no. Ironside, I'm trying, buddy. I know you're probably not necessarily watching right now, but you would ask to see Barry Greenhorn, Wrestling Royalty in action. So, I mean, absolute worst case, I will fight Exhibition Bot once just to give the demonstration if I need to. But don't make me, please, people, help me out. I feel like this is a horrible advertisement for the game. It's a very helpless feeling. I don't like it at all. I'm doing this to help you guys, right? Well, help me out. Somebody, please. I mean, look, I'll take a couple more spins around. If there's not anybody in here, I'll fight Exhibition Bot once just to do it since I said I would. If I absolutely must, okay, fine. But then I'm going to say that's it, and we'll come back for another day when people are ready to play. Because I want people to be able to earn their Brawler Vision NFTs. Gives you a big boost as far as that contest I've got going on. I guess I can sit here and just plug the contest endlessly, but I don't think I'm doing myself or the viewers any service if I do that. Although it's a great contest, so I will lead into that right now, I guess, and say NashvilleLou.com/contest. If you have a Wax wallet, I've got free stuff you can win. If you follow me on here on Twitch, it's very easy. If you watched 2 hours of my live streaming and earned a Brawler Vision freebie, get a massive boost. It's a lot of free stuff. I mean, this is a great game. These aren't promotional items that were given to me. These were items that I purchased and I'm giving away because I love this game, but I only love the game when I'm playing it. I don't love the queue, you know? The line. I mean, it could be worse. It could be like endless captcha. But, I mean, I don't know. I've had every one of these go 3 hours thus far, and that was the plan for tonight, but I mean, this is not going to be a good broadcast. I'm not going to get any happier as the night goes on with this. This is absolute nonsense. Well, all right. Exhibition bot. Well, I guess if there's any upside, my MMR is going to be locked into 4 digits for another day. Just very dissatisfying. This game is so great when it's actually working, when I can get people to play. And it is working. I just need opponents. Well, let's see. The exhibition bot makes a lot of really foolish plays. It's a dissatisfying experience once you played the game much at all. I guess an 8. I mean, it's probably a flex, and that's not representative of how it normally is in real life. Look at bet 3. And let's see, maybe exhibition bot. Maybe they'll fold here on 2, and I shouldn't have gone. Oh, there's the 3. So let's see. Maybe there's a pair of 8s. Who knows? You never know with exhibition bot. You see 8-5 flex. No respect at all for exhibition bot. None at all. Get out of here with that nonsense. Now, the purpose of Exhibition Bot really should be for brand new players to learn the game. You want to have a buffoonish type character to play against, but not for demonstrating high-end play on a live stream, 6-8. But it beats those 90-second queues to nowhere, right? Against a 2. I don't know if Exhibition Bot's going to call or not, so we'll go bet 3. Bet 2 by the bot. And it's a call, so I'll deliver 6 points of damage. When it's a bet 3, it's your power meter when you win the round, multiplied by that 3. So power meter of 2 multiplied by 3, 6 points of damage going the way of Exhibition Bot. 25-16, round 3. Both of us at 3 cards still, since neither side is folded. If you folded Blockchain Brawlers, you get an extra card in your hand for the next round. 6-1 flex against a 1. I wonder if Exhibition Bot would call me here. Let's see. Bet 3. Bet of 1 by Exhibition Bot. Yep, Exhibition Bot called me, so it's going to break my power meter. It's going to reset it. So it's 3 points of damage. Exhibition Bot cuts my lead to 22 to 16. Power meter of 4 now with that 1 played in the round. Round 4. Seven, 8. Bet of 1. Bet of 2, okay. Seven, 8, okay, it's a push. So it's going to be just 2 points of damage going that way. It's going to be 8 coming mine. Oh, they've already reset the power meter. That's a bit, they jumped the gun a bit on that. I think people get confused with that sequencing switch there. Round 5. So to reset the power meters, we're tied at 14. Is that right, score-wise? I guess so. I don't know. 3-8. It's Exhibition Bot, so you can tell I'm not even bothering with any sort of logic or anything of that sort. Bet of 3. Bet of whatever. Bet of 1 by Exhibition Bot. Well, we have a fold here. Neither of us have folded yet. So I'm going to win the round and deliver 3 points of damage and boost my power meter to 4 for the next round. A pair of 2s. Round 6. Pair of 4s. Now I have this power meter to protect against a 4 on a fold. This could be a double fold, as funny as that would be with neither of us having folded thus far, but 2s and 4s as a setup card often. When you get like that, it's a double fold, but it's also Exhibition Bot, so don't put too much stock in things like logic. 4-1. So it's 2 points of damage delivered to boost the power meter to 4. Again, they boost the number one up there so quickly. They've got to fix that sequencing. It's going to confuse people. Round 7. I lead 12 to 11. We both have a power meter of 4. Let's see. So I have 4 cards off of the fold. Let's go 3-7. Just a 6. Bet of 1. Let's see what you got, Exhibition Bot. Is that a flex like I think it is? Yes, it was. Again, just unrealistic play, but I'll take it. Resets the power meter for Exhibition Bot, delivers 4 points of damage. My power meter is now at 7, with only 7 health points left for Exhibition Bot, so I'm in a pretty good spot here. I'll hold the 8, a pair of 2s that are just going to be thrown to the dustbin, and it'll put me at 5 cards for the next round. Having a 4 opposite me does nothing to dissuade me from that line of thinking. So I'll fold here, that'll put me at 5 cards for round 9. Bet of 1 by Exhibition Bot with a 4 showing. Exhibition Bot with a 4-8. Power meter of 2 for the next round. Round 9. 11 to 7 is my lead. I've got an 8 here. I'll go 6-8. And this may win it here. Let's see. Against the 1, I've got the match right now. Exhibition Bot folds, of course. Of course, now, of all times, in round 9, finally folds. And that's the match. So at the end, Exhibition Bot got a laugh out of me in spite of myself, so hey, hooray, Exhibition Bot. And there's the super kick from Wrestling Royalty Barry on Unswagged Johnny. All right, so I sent the fans home happy. I got a laugh out of me with that. And the frustration I had was not with the game. It's just with the lack of players. But give this a couple of weeks, and I think it's going to be a lot different. It's going to really pick up. No rewards, but again, it's Exhibition Bot. So it's not like you can boost your wins just by playing the bot. Look, I promised when I started this I would go at least an hour, but that was contingent on there being people to play. And tonight there just hasn't been. So that's going to do it for this broadcast of NashvilleLou Worldwide. Much as I don't like to cut it short, it just doesn't make sense to sit here when there's not competition available. So we'll regroup, we'll come back, and next Wednesday night, NashvilleLou Worldwide, Episode 9. I'll bang the drum even louder next time, and we'll have some fun. So that's it for this broadcast. I'm Lou Pickney. Thanks for watching. See you next time.